Hello there and welcome to my video. I was laying here on my table getting ready to balance out my own chakras because I very much feel that they are needed to be realigned and balanced, and then thought to myself, what a great video to show you how to do this for yourself. So a little bit about me. I'll keep the intro relatively short, but I am Reverend Dr. Heather M. Rugg. I am a shamanic practitioner, Reiki master, and ordained minister. So I use my ordination to be a wedding officiant. And I've been feeling a bit heavy with this 6/6 portal. Pretty low, almost depressed at moments, but not completely. There's nothing in my 3D that's really triggering to that or a cause of those feelings, but they're coming up. And so as a practitioner, I recognize and know that when I am affected in this way, that most people are as well. And so I look to what's going on with the sun, the planet alignments, and turn inward. I have been blessed with about 4 days off from work and have really been connecting with the elements outside, receiving wonderful guidance from creatures that have been visiting the backyard and helping me kind of regroup myself during this period. I think a lot of things that are coming up for us during this 6/6 portal is our power of choice, which is something that I have very strongly advocated for almost 10 years now within my practice, in that we always have a choice. And so many of us are working jobs that we're doing for survival, or they're meeting our needs, or maybe our job is perfect and it's everything we want monetarily, but at a soul level, it's not fulfilling us. And we oftentimes feel like it's even taking from us. So we have to choose. We have to choose. Is that something we're going to continue to put ourselves through, lower our standards for, or are we going to choose what feeds our soul? And for each one of us, that's going to be different. There's no blueprint really to it. I don't have a clear map of what my thing is and what my answers are, but through internal reflection and connecting with nature, it does give guideposts and such that I can follow and follow in with ease. And so anything that's bringing the body a sense of ease and a sense of calm is generally your yes, that's your right direction to go. But if you get that pucker feeling, that clenching in the gut, that resistance feeling, then that's generally a no, or that's something that's wanting to be let go of. I studied my shamanism in Dublin, Ireland, Dunderry Park, with Shlian Cree, and so that is something that I still hold in practice every day in my personal life. And I'm going to show you here on the table how to quickly balance out your chakras. Now, as a shaman, I have a mala. I have my stones that I use for healing. I'm not going to bring that into this video just because not everybody watching is a shaman that has a mala and has medicine stones. So I want to show you a real quick way that you can balance out your chakras. I'm going to use a pendulum. I have a smoky quartz pendulum that I like to use for my own personals, but you don't have to have a pendulum even. You can use a necklace. If you have a necklace, you can use keys on a keychain, just anything that's going to give you a nice rotation, because you're going to want to check the direction that your chakras are turning. So if you have a counterclockwise turn, then you're going to want to clear out and balance that chakra. And if it's a clockwise rotation, then you're good. Now, I am going to start with the smudge. I'm going to smudge myself, and then I'm going to smudge you just because you're participating at a distance. And when I have clients book through Zoom, this I'm recording through my phone, but I do hold Zoom sessions. And this is quite similar to what I do, except without this table. I use the table in the background there. That's my Zoom session table. And I work with you just like this, face to face, through the entire session. And I guide you through what we're clearing, creating a nice, safe space for you to release and receive. So I am going to start with just myself. I like to go all the way around my body. And this is Palo Santo. It is my favorite to smudge with. I also have sage, white sage. I have eucalyptus. I have guaiac wood doTERRA essential oil, which is very similar to this Palo Santo. And so I'm just going to smudge you here. And just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you're feeling a little emotional, it's okay. It's okay to let those tears out. That's the body's needing to release, so give it permission. You don't have to know what the tears are from. You don't have to know the why. Just that they're there and they want to release. That's freeing up energy in your body, releasing tension. Okay, how's that feel so far? It's a good start. It's a good start. Okay, so we have Palo Santo. Now, in hopes that you can see the direction that the pendulum is turning, I do have a blank sheet of paper, of printer paper, just to kind of create a backdrop so you can see which way it's going. I am dressed in super comfortable clothes. So here is my smoky quartz pendulum that I use. It has beautiful rainbows in it. I love it. And this is my home office. Okay, so in order to clear your chakras, you can lay on the floor. During my shamanic training, everything was done on the floor. I use a massage table because it just tends to be more comfortable for everyone. But being on the floor is perfectly fine too. And you're going to take your pendulum. Let me get that paper so you can see it in my hand here. And you're going to kind of just hold it loosely between your fingers. You can do your thumb and your index finger. You can choose whichever fingers you want to choose. And there may be critics out there that watch this video and want to correct me. You're welcome to correct me if you want to, but this is the way I do it, and I don't have any problems clearing my chakras or my client's chakras. So I do have to raise my head up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so our root chakra is going to be down at the base of your tailbone, right between your legs, around the private parts area. That is the color red. So as I hang my pendulum here, I'm going to give it a minute to see which direction it wants to start turning. And right now, it is kind of going off at an angle. I don't know if you can see that with the paper. I'm trying to make it where you can see it too. And it's going counterclockwise, so it's ready to be cleared. So I'm going to set these down. And I keep my pendulum on my tummy just so I see it. So that was going counterclockwise. I'm also going to counterclockwise with my fingers. That's kind of keeping that circular motion going of moving that energy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands up and I am going to bring down universal energy. Now, it's a really good idea, and I've already done this, I should have said at the beginning of the video, that I create a sacred space. I call in my guides, my ancestors, I create a sacred space. Also, as a shaman, every single morning I put on my bands of protection. So I start that way through the day. I generally don't ever have to reapply them unless I'm going through something crazy in the day, because even though I might be aware of the subtleties of energy and nature, I do also get triggered. I am also still human. So we're going to bring down that universal energy, and depending on how connected fully you are, you can actually feel it when it approaches, and it's nice and it's warm. And I usually do it like 3 times, and I kind of bring my hands out because you have sides all the way around that chakra. Okay, now if I was using my mala and my stones, I would have my ancestral stones sitting on each chakra that I work on. So I'm going to place the pendulum over my root chakra after having done the exercise, and then check which direction it is turning. And it is now turning clockwise. And it has a good swing to it, and it has some good power within that rotation. So I like to give it a moment because it's also drawing in energy as it's moving. And as it slows down is when I tend to stop and move it. But there's no need to rush the process. Okay, and then now it's ready to be done. So next I'm going to move up to my sacral chakra, which is orange in color, and that sits below the belly button and above the pelvic bone. And this one is turning in the clockwise rotation, so it is good. It doesn't need to be balanced. Now, you always want to start with your root chakra, because if the root chakra is out of alignment, unbalanced, then all the chakras above it are also going to be out. They will be affected. Even if you have one, say, that is turning clockwise, it won't be a nice, strong clockwise. So also, if you have any weak movement within the rotation, you would also want to just re-strengthen it. Okay, so now we're going to go to our solar plexus chakra, which is yellow, and that sits below the diaphragm, just a little bit below the diaphragm and well above the belly button. And this one is turning clockwise, so that's good. Again, I did pre-start this and then thought, oh, you know what? This would be a great video to help people at home do this. Now, this is something a skilled practitioner can do for you. It is something that I start my sessions off with. There's more that I include in my sessions that will be included in this video, but this is the basic. This is the very first thing we want to work on. And then next we're going to move up to the heart chakra, which sits right between your nipples over your breastbone. And honestly, I'm surprised that mine is moving in a clockwise direction just because of how I have been feeling the past few days. And it has a really good swing to it for all of that. So I think it's honestly just happy right now that I'm helping you. So that is, oh yeah, it's really getting up and going. Okay, and we're just going to let it go. Keep bringing in that wonderful energy. Oh, it feels so good. When you are connected and you're balancing out, it's just all the worry, all the stress just goes away. And you start feeling warm and light. It's such a juicy feeling. Okay, that's slowing down. Now we're going to try my throat chakra. Oh, and I'm sorry, the heart chakra is green. Throat chakra next is right above your throat. And this is going to be blue. And mine is also moving in a clockwise direction, but it is drawing in a good amount of energy. So I'm going to let it do this for me. I've been coughing a lot for the last 2 weeks. So we'll let it bring in the energy that is needed. And you can see it very good. And you're probably wondering, what makes the pendulum swing like that? Well, that's the energy, the universal energy coming in. Okay, and then that's slowing down. So let's go up to my third eye. And that is also in a clockwise rotation. Oop, and definitely swinging nice and wide. Wow, look at that go. And you see how, how well that's going. It is just all over. That's okay. You bring it in, bring it in. I welcome this energy to come into my field. My arm might be getting a little sore, but I mean, not sore, just tired. But it feels so good to lay here and do this. So nice. And you can do this anytime. It really, if you're balanced, it doesn't take too long most times. The pendulum is on fire right now. But if you start to feel agitated, imbalanced, frustrated, emotional, check your chakras. You probably just need to rebalance. And it is night and day once you're finished. Okay, now let's skip ahead here and do my crown chakra. Can we see that up there? There we go. And that is also going in a clockwise rotation. So when I started this, my first 3 chakras originally needed to be cleared. And then when I came on with you guys, it was just the lower chakra still needing clearing. Rebalancing. So this is how you rebalance your chakras. Just make sure that you call in your guides, give them permission to assist you during your chakra balancing. Draw in pure light energy from source. And take your time with it. Give yourself permission to relax and to receive. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I do see clients via Zoom in office. And depending on the situation, I do offer mobile sessions within their local area. But again, that's usually just extreme situations, such as if someone's hospitalized or those types of needs. So feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out with those too. Okay, happy healing. Healing with Heather. Bye.